State of the College, whatever that means. It tries to give you a little bit of where we are today, where we're going, and what we have to look forward to. And what a busy academic year we've had. It's hard to believe that just 5 weeks from today, 5 weeks from today is commencement. 5 weeks from today we'll be graduating. And we'll be celebrating our 50th commencement. Let's take a quick look back at our year. As you can see, a lot of the pictures were in there were me and my dog Logan trying to survive the snow this year. But we just had a little fun with you, but more importantly, on the topic of snow, and you've heard everybody thank everybody, but as you know, I live here on this campus, and so I get to see firsthand on the weekends, the Saturdays, the Sundays, the Mondays, how hard our staff works. I get to watch them do the incredible job that they do to get our campuses ready, and I don't say that lightly. So I'm going to ask all of our physical plant members to please stand for us to give you, particularly me as your president, a wonderful round of applause for all that you do for the school. Please stand, all of you. Come on, guys. I see you up there. Stand up. Small way, but thank you for all that you do. On a serious note, this has been an amazing year for all of us. We've had many fantastic events celebrating our rich history as Rhode Island's only community college. It started right here in this room at opening day convocation, when Jim Flanagan, son of our first president, William Flanagan, visited to help kick off the academic year. The 20th annual Fall Classic on September 15th was bigger and better than ever, with former Friars and Celtics Kevin Stakem and Ernie DiGregorio, and Channel 10 meteorologist Mark Searles, and CBS sideline reporter Jenny Dale there to entertain our crowd. We set a record number of golfers, dinner guests, and money raised to help our students. On September 24th, 50 years to the day that the college opened its doors, we gathered at this campus to bury a time capsule containing small items and written remembrances from students, faculty, staff, and alum. In November, our Flanagan Campus Art Gallery hosted an alumni art exhibition featuring former CCRI students who have become practicing artists in Rhode Island. Governor Lincoln Chafee declared November 12th CCRI Day in the state of Rhode Island. And during a ceremony at the State House, bells rang at city and town halls across the state in celebration of CCRI's 50 years. The college rededicated this wonderful Bobby Hackett Theater with 50 years of performing arts at our college. On November 21st, several of Bobby Hackett's family members, including his granddaughter, grandson, niece, and great-grandchildren, even his 8-month-old great-grandson, were in attendance. Students and alumni performed theatrical and musical selections, and Rhode Island's own Steve Smith and the Nagets rocked this theater as the evening's house band. In our recent event that Marianne and Jack and Sandra and all did such a wonderful job, it sold out, celebrating alumni for 50 years. And what is 50 years about? It's really about celebrating the 64,000 alumni who've gone through the halls of this college. Think about that. 64,000 went through this college. Several of people were in attendance. We had over 650 at Rhodes on the Pawtuxet, making it the college's largest event ever. It was a spectacular evening honoring the success of our alum. We recognized 26 men and women who have distinguished themselves personally and professionally. And we had Livingston Taylor, the the brother of James Taylor, entertained the crowd. And truly, for all of you that attended, thank you for being there. And it was a very, very outstanding, wonderful event. Today, during session 1, immediately following this, right here in the theater, we'll host the premiere of Miracle on Promenade, a documentary film spanning the years between the college's opening in '64 through the name change to the Community College of Rhode Island in 1980. Tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be hosting our first ever 5K run walk at the Flanagan campus. You can still register in the Great Hall. The weather is supposed to be near perfect. And Alan, again, once again, thank you for bringing running and walking and health and all the things that you've been doing over the last several months to having this 5K run be so successful. Thank you so very much, Ellen. And then, as I mentioned, we'll close out our 50th year on May 15th, 5 weeks from today, with commencement. We opened our year with one of William Flanagan's sons, and we will close it with another son, Bill Flanagan, who's a celebrity on national television, bringing us a special message to our graduates. And what a wonderful celebration this year has been. The attention the college has received over the course of the year has reinforced what everyone in this room knows, the importance of the Community College of Rhode Island to our state. Without CCRI, higher education would not be an option for many Rhode Islanders. We all know how vital community colleges are to preparing students to transfer to a four-year college or university, helping students attain job skills, retraining displaced workers, and providing flexible non-credit options to our state's businesses and industry. Simply put, community colleges reduce and even remove some of the barriers that would keep many Americans from post-secondary education. I thought this morning I would share with you some interesting statistics about the nation and community colleges and end with some of our own statistics. President Obama has brought an unprecedented attention to community colleges in recent years. He said, and I quote, "In the coming years, jobs requiring at least an associate degree are projected to grow twice as fast as jobs requiring no college experience. We will not fill those jobs or keep those jobs on our shores without the training offered by community colleges," end of quote. And he set 2 national goals. By 2020, America will once again have the highest proportion of college graduates in the world, and community colleges will produce an additional 5 million graduates. The Healthcare and Education Reconciliation Act includes $2 billion over 4 years for community colleges and career training. CCRI has received 2 grants, of which Greg LaMontagne has overseen, the total amount of $5.9 million. More and more, we're hearing about the power of the community colleges and the opportunities they present. But who are the nation's community colleges? This is important for all of us to understand who we are, what we are, and who we serve. There are 1,123 community colleges, 88% of which are public institutions, much like ours. They enroll, think about the staggering amount, 12.4 million students. 61% attend part-time, 39% full-time. 57% are women, 43% men. The average age is 28, and 49% of our students are enrolled are ages 22 to 39. The students are ethnically diverse. 50% are white, 21% are Hispanic, 14% are black, 6% are Asian Pacific Islanders. Some 36% are first generation of their families to attend college. 17% are single parents, 4% are veterans, 12% are students with disabilities. In 2012-13, community colleges awarded 750,000 plus degrees, plus 459,000 certificates. According to the median earnings reported in the U.S. Census, those who hold an associate degree earn 22% more than high school graduates and a whopping 73% from those who do not finish high school. Total revenue for the nation's community colleges derived from tuition, federal, state, local, and other sources is more than $57 billion. And some pretty famous people got their start at community colleges. Take a look at some of them. They are actors, filmmakers, directors, and astronauts, a major league pitcher, a football commissioner, a U.S. Supreme Court justice, and a U.S. Surgeon General. And that's just to name a few. So that's a snapshot of community colleges on a global scale. The impact across the nation is pretty astounding. This provides some framework of how vital the community colleges are to so many Americans. So let's take a quick look at CCRI, who we are today. Our fall head count was 17,553, 70%. And think about this when we're talking about performance-based budgeting, two-year graduation rates, and all the data that we're being looked at. But 70% of our kids attend part-time. 30% attend full-time. 59% are women. 41% are men. The average age of our students is 26, and 62% are younger than 25. 95% of our students are Rhode Islanders. We have a 36.7% minority enrollment, which is the highest of any institution in the state of Rhode Island, with 19% Hispanic, 9.5% Black, and 3.1% Asian. Yesterday, we celebrated a wonderful event, Cultural Awareness Day at the Liston campus. We also raised the flag of the Narragansett Indians in our campus. We put a beautiful flag up. But more importantly, more and more students from our local tribes are coming to our college. We now have more than 100 students attending. And so, as another number of first-generation students, the national average, we surpass it. We have 61% of our students are first generation. 8% of our entering freshmen are single parents. 3.7% are vets. And 8.2% are students who have self-reported disabilities. We have 4 campuses, as you know. The Night Campus, 8,051, Flanagan, 5,700, Liston, almost 3,700, Newport, 1,564, and 2 satellites. One in the Shepherd Building, downtown Providence, where the University of Rhode Island shares space with us. We have almost 300 students. In Westerly, a place that we plan to expand and grow, at our mostly renovated high school, we have 252 students. In 2014, we awarded more than 2,000 associate degrees, certificates, and diplomas. We awarded our highest number ever, 2,101, in 2013. And just to show you how those numbers have continued to increase, 2 years before that, we had 1,781 and 1,587 in 2012 and 2011. Continuing to tell the state that we are graduating more and more students each and every year as we continue to educate our students for a bright future in the state of Rhode Island. So that's who we are, statistically speaking. We all know we're much more, and we all know that we're celebrating 50 years of a wonderful education. We know that we've provided a better life for students and their families. We make higher education possible for students every single day. And here are some of our graduates. Not all of them are famous yet, but we know our alum have amazing potential to make themselves and their college proud. And we also have a fantastic group, an unbelievable group of scholars and faculty and staff who care about our students and understand the importance of the job that we do each and every day. It's my pleasure each month of the academic year to go to recognize some of those who make a difference in the lives of them around our college. And I'd like to share pictures of you of our employees of the month. And when I walk into their offices, most of them have said, "I've never seen you before." They look at me absolutely like, what are you doing here? Because they're nervous that you're walking in. It is a surprise of a lifetime. I can tell you it's been one of the most exciting opportunities I've had to walk in, surprise people, take them to lunch, give them the most important part of the gift, a close parking place to the building. I give them a personal gift of some cash, and we give them a wonderful pin that says Employee of the Month, which only that particular person will wear. And let me tell you, I give them the opportunity at lunch. I bring our vice presidents with me, and I say you can ask anything you want. There's nothing you can't ask. They ask some very interesting questions of us, and they represent you well. And it's been a wonderful experience. So to each and every one of you, congratulations. With 50 years behind us, what does our future hold? And let's take a few minutes to talk about where we're going. Governor Gina Raimondo's budget proposal to the General Assembly is a positive step forward for us in the rest of higher education. It includes an increased funding of $2 million over last year's budget. It endorses our request for an increase in tuition. That is so critical to this college. It's the first time since 2011, which is critical to maintaining all of our service levels. And I want to thank publicly Gina Raimondo for her support. This is the best budget we've had in 7 years. After years of seeing CCRI's support from the state erode, and think about this, erode to the 1963 levels. That's where we're funded today, 1963. Can you imagine operating your own personal budgets or any of your own personal life on a budget from 1963? That's how we're funded. So when Gina Raimondo put forward this budget, called each president to tell them, I can tell you, I kept saying, what's the catch? And there wasn't any catch. The idea is we've been supported, now that budget moves forward, and within it, it includes 5 new FTE positions. Everybody keeps saying, where are they going? To be determined. We haven't made that decision yet. Funding of our RICAP for asset maintenance of our buildings, 2.1 plus and an additional $2 million to continue our Warwick Renewal Project, which you're going to see a lot more about. We're very hopeful that the governor's budget goes through the legislative cycle, and we'll be monitoring that process very carefully. As you know, it has to make its way through the Senate and the House. We'll be testifying in a couple weeks and keep our fingers crossed that that budget stays intact. With the assistance of $1.4 million in state funds this fiscal year, as well as RICAP funding for facility projects, we have been able to initiate many activities and projects that contribute to the enhancement of our learning community. And here are just some. Many faculty slots have been filled, and additional student counselors and financial aid staff have been created. We will replace more than 900 computers in labs and classrooms, as well as the aging multifunctional devices. All campuses will see improvements in our Wi-Fi capacity. Phase 1 of the Warwick Renew, the project is underway in the Lower Commons. Work has already begun on the expansion of the Student Union. The Night Campus Art Studio renovation began in December and will be completed for this fall. And here's a rendering of that design of our new studios. The Night Campus Science Lab renovations are in the planning stages, and you can see a rendering of that on the screen. The simulation lab at the Flanagan campus is being prepared for bid solicitation. You could all look at me and say, it's about time, right? Yeah, we're very excited about the simulation lab, and we've committed a lot of dollars to doing it, and I think it's going to make a huge difference for your training and all that we do. You're very welcome. The Flanagan Campus Keying project is completed, and Liston campus will be next. New roofs are nearly complete at both the Newport and Liston campuses. We have been asked to be more responsive to business and industry. Let me assure you that the commitment to our mission is strong. And I quote from our mission: "The opportunity to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary for intellectual, professional, and personal growth through any array of academic, career, and lifelong learning programs." We will not stray from that mission. As you know, another part of our mission is to contribute to our state's economic development and the region's workforce. And we will work to do that, and not at the expense of academic programs. So as we wind down our celebration of our first 50 years, take a moment to think about what the next 50 might look like. What will life, education, in Rhode Island be like when they crack open our time capsule 50 years from now? How will you shape that next chapter in CCRI's history? Let me end with just a couple of quotes. I keep these quotes at my home. I look at them each and every morning before I leave, and I truly do this. They've been sent to me by some good friends. One is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. So what lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. And I know what lies within each and every one of you is something pretty extraordinary. What lies within these students, your dreams, your aspirations. This college is changing your life, I hope. I hope we're going to help you achieve your dreams to get where you want to be. What is within you that's driving you and motivating you? Hopefully it's the faculty, it's the staff, it's the people here who make a difference in these young people's lives. It's amazing how we transform our students. And to each and every one of you, think about this quote. To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. May you be a very special person to each and every one of our students. Thank you for the wonderful work that you do at our community college. Michelle and Deb, stand up for a great round of applause as we get ready to set Professional Development Day in motion. Your co-chairs have done an outstanding job. On behalf of the Community College of Rhode Island, think about these. Our 18,000 students, our 64,000 alum, and our 1,200 employees. But most importantly, as I stand before you as your president, let me tell you how proud I am of each and every one of you for the work that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful Professional Development Day, and I'll see you throughout the day. Thank you all so very much.